As you know, my name is Kye, and I'm here to, to share with you my sailing experience, and hopefully you'll try it sometime. But first, how many people here have tried sailing before? Put up your hands. Could be dinghy sailing, windsurfing, anything. All right, great. Tons of you. I've been sailing for 9 years, and it's been one of my passions. I currently sail a 29er, which requires a great deal of focus, athleticism, and technical knowledge, and is a real challenge to sail. The 29er is a two-person high-performance skiff with full battened Milo sails. This boat has 3 sails: the main, which attaches directly to the mast, the jib, which attaches to the bow of the boat, and the spinnaker, which flies out in front, kind of like a kite. This boat has a specially designed hydrodynamic hull, which is very flat, allowing it to plane at very low speeds. Its double hull makes it lightweight, fast, and efficient, but extremely sensitive. Imagine standing on a piece of plywood floating on the surface of the ocean. It's kind of like that. Pretty tippy. 2 people control the 29er, the skipper and the crew. The skipper steers the boat, controls the jib, and shares control of the mainsail with the crew. The crew controls the spinnaker and keeps the boat flat using the trapeze. That's what I do. The trapeze is a wire attached 3/4 of the way up the mast. This wire has a metal ring on it, which I hook into using my trapeze harness. This allows me to easily stand on the edge of my boat so that I can have more leverage to counter the pressure of the wind on the sail. With more pressure comes more power. With more power comes more speed. If I didn't counter the force of the wind on the sail, the boat would capsize and we'd go for a swim in the icy ocean. And I can tell you, in January, that water is crazy cold. Being on trapeze in good wind is one of the most amazing experiences you can have. Sometimes I'll be 10 to 36 inches above the water, depending on the wind conditions. When you're going 20 knots, about 40 kilometers an hour, it's breathtaking and feels a little crazy. Now only imagine, don't try this, that you're in your parents' car, you're going about 40 kilometers an hour. You open the door, step out onto the edge, and lower yourself down. So you're about 10 inches above the ground. Again, don't try this. Now imagine, while you're out there, how fast the water, if you're on a boat, will be ripping past underneath you. That's kind of what it's like to sail a 29er in heavy wind. It's an experience you'll never forget. I've had lots of practice, but most people would agree it seems a little frightening. When you sail a high-performance sailboat like a 29er, there are things that can go wrong. And I can tell you, when they go wrong, they can go really wrong. One of the more fun or terrifying examples of this is called a pitch pull. This happens when you're going downwind with a spinnaker up. The spinnaker more than doubles the sail area and exerts a lot of downwards force on the front of the boat. If we don't move our weight back in the boat, the bow of the boat dives into the water and stops. But the back of the boat, as you can imagine, keeps going and flips over the front. So the boat basically does a front flip. And when you're on trapeze and this happens, you get swung all the way around like a giant rope swing. Meanwhile, your skipper gets launched out of the back of the boat like he's being launched out of a catapult. And again, we end up in the cold water. Another exciting thing that can happen when I'm out on trapeze in heavy wind, sometimes the wind will die, just like that. And I'll end up underwater, holding my breath, still tied onto the boat. And if I'm lucky, the wind will come back just as quickly as it left, like that. And it'll pop me up and out of the water, and we sail off like nothing happened. These 2 mistakes are not good for racing, but they are certainly part of sailing. They may seem a little crazy, but it took me 9 years of crazy things like this to get me where I am today. And if you don't mind the water, it can actually be really fun. Racing is another amazing part of sailing. It's really fun. And there's always chaos at the start line, with all the boats jockeying for position. It's very intense, but as soon as the race starts, all you can focus on is just going fast. It takes about 20 minutes to make our way up to the windward mark. When we get to the mark, my skipper drives down, we my skipper drives down, I let out the main, we accelerate through the corner and carve through it. Then I jump into the middle of the boat, hoist the spinnaker, and hook into my trapeze, and then run to the back of the boat and trim the spin. And all of that extra sail area makes us take off like a rocket. The tactics as you sail the course are very interesting, but very complex. It takes countless hours on the water and years of experience to truly understand all the complexities of sailing. Mastering it, that takes a lifetime. I've sailed right at the beginning of January when there's an inch of slush on the boat and I thought my hands would never warm up. I spent countless hours enjoying the sun and the freedom of taking off for an overnight trip with a friend to a neighboring island. I like to say, it's easy to sail. Anyone can do it. But sail well is hard, and to win is even harder. I hope that you take the time to try sailing sometime. It's really worth it, and it'll change your life.